What is going on, everybody? Should I steal the West thing and say hello, internet? Or
I mean, you could.
Yeah. Greetings, internet.
Hello, everyone.
Todd here, joined by Mori. As you guys can tell, things are a little different. There's no video. It's a thing. We're working through some issues and such, so there's no video for you guys to watch, or gifs or anything like that. So enjoy.
Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it's a thing. Whatevs. Anyway, we've been gone for a month.
Mm-hmm.
Or actually, just about a month. Our last episode was March 2nd.
Jesus.
That's when we recorded. That's what the file said. But yeah, I mean, it's good to be back. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
I know we've all, you and me both have been doing like a lot of our own thing. I mean, it's a common thread amongst like all the shows on the network, where like you're doing, like, we're not casting, you're doing your own thing, I'm doing my own thing, Ray's doing their own thing, Ballin's doing their own thing, Wes is doing his thing, and Marco's on a ferry to fucking Japan. I mean, just the way, that's a story, I'm sticking to it. I mean, he went down to Mexico to learn some lucha libre. So. But yeah, so yeah, no, we're gonna have we're gonna try to have a good time.
Yes.
Really good, awesome.
Emphasis on try.
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing. So I helped. Well, I'll put it this way. I have generously given recommended viewing to Mori.
Sure.
It's scroll up through your messages. There's a link.
Oh yeah, I was gonna find that.
Yep.
I was working on that as yes.
Yeah. It's after the spaghetti hentai, which is apparently a fucking thing. Holy shit! Internet's weird.
It is weird.
So yeah, last night after we recorded Brothering Around...
You're not giving me a virus, are you?
No, I'm not.
Because it's saying, Google Drive can't scan this file for viruses because it's too fucking big. Do you want to download it anyways?
Yes.
Sure. If you give me the cancer, please don't give my computer the cancer.
I don't plan on it. But yeah, so I, after Brothering Around last night, me and Wes are kind of getting things set up for the premiere on Twitch. Twitch.tv/PrecipicePodcast. If you guys are watching this there, thank you. If you guys are listening to this like minutes after it gets uploaded, thank you for using Radio Public, because you guys are fucking amazing. Honestly, like I can't stress enough how awesome Radio Public is as a platform. It's by far my favorite podcast app, to be honest. It just
so fast.
Like, seriously. So we recorded. So this week, like, we've kind of gotten back in the swing of things of doing podcasts. I did Pod Errors, and me, Ray, Ballin, we did our episode. We did our episode 6, and then afterwards I recorded the bumpers for episode 5. Episode 5, I had a system failure, and I was able to recover the audio only, but only like an hour and 2 minutes of it. And we were like, so you lost like a good 30-minute chunk of the episode, which sucks, but I mean, at least we got that, you know? That's the way I looked at it. So I recorded bumpers, and I put that, went up on the YouTube channel first, because Twitch was being really fucking weird with putting up episodes, and uploading. It was just like, why the fuck is Twitch being so weird? But so I ripped the audio of episode 6 before I do the bumpers. I upload it to the storage. I link it, and lo and behold, like 2 minutes after, because I had Ray download the Radio Public app as well, and I was just like, just keep an eye on your device. I'm like, I'm pinging the RSS feed now to force an update. Okay. The episode's live. And I was just like, I told you, Radio Public's fucking quick. Like, they do not fuck around. It is beautiful. So, and I mean, if you like podcasts, if you listen to them in the audio format, by all means, Radio Public is like the place to go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got iTunes and Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn. They're great services as well.
Yes.
But time-wise, you're looking at minutes for Radio Public. You're looking at about an hour, half hour to an hour for iTunes. You're looking 2 to 3 hours on Stitcher and TuneIn. And you're looking at sometime within 12 hours on on Google Play. So, I mean, if you want the episodes like freshly baked, then Radio Public's a service to use. And then, of course, you know, I upload the stuff on Twitch and I get them premiered and such. So you can watch them there. You can also watch them on the YouTube channel, which until we get 100 subscribers on that, I can't have a custom URL.
Right.
So just search for Pod Errors. Because if you search Gimmick Bag, you'll get my old channel, and then you'll also get stuff on the new channel. So it's whatevs. One thing about the network YouTube though is, I mean, Wes uploads Brothering Around onto his YouTube, and I have a playlist linked from his YouTube to that channel. So you got the Precipice Podcast YouTube page, you got Brothering Around, and you go, wow, let me see more about this Kami the Hobo fella. And you can check out the stuff that he's graciously uploaded to YouTube. Though, if you want to check out the new hotness, you got to go to twitch.tv/Kami-the-Hobo to get that, like, hot and fresh. It's terrific.
Delicious.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. I was going to make a joke about noodles, but I'm not going there.
Nudes. Send nudes. Not actual nudes. Send, like, food noodles.
That reminds me of
food noodles.
That reminds me of something I shared with friends. Mm-hmm. And it goes on the whole send nudes thing.
Uh-huh.
Send me pictures. What do you want to see? Spider-Man. What? And it's me, and it's Joe Jonah Jameson. It's fucking great. I love it. I love it. Like, seriously, like, if I, and I've made this joke with a lot of times, because I'm one of those jokey people where people that I'm, you know, when I'm romantically linked to people, I kind of let my guard down a little bit, and I make some humor that makes them cringe, which is terrific. So I'm not calling anybody out on this, but I said, you know, just so you know, when I get drunk, I tend to send dick pics.
Oh God.
Which is people are just like, oh, you're admitting to doing that? That's lewd. I send pictures of cans of spotted dick. and like and spotted dick pudding like plated very nicely and shit.
I'm so glad we're friends.
And gentlemen named Dick. Like Dick Van Dyke, like it's just like I'm sending you dick pics. So,
oh my god,
yeah, I'm that guy.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it so much.
It catches them off guard all the time, and they're just like, "What is this?" I'm like, "I warned you. When I drink, I send dick pics." Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's up there. That's up there with the whole Papa Shepherd thing. Which I was before we recorded. I was hanging out in a in Claim. Claim is an amazing streamer. Definitely check her out. Twitch.tv/CLAEM. Great caster, really cool person. She was playing Mass Effect 1, and it was its decision of because in the first game there's a decision where one member of your crew has to be left behind to die, basically. And it's, do I send Ashley to die or do I send Caden to die?
Right.
And I went on this whole little, and the chat and Claim's just like, okay, I'm just going to say this now, like, please nobody riot, but we're killing Caden. And the entire chat's like, thank God. And I mean, I'm not bent out of shape about killing Caden. I'm really not. He's a super whiny character in the first game. Every playthrough I played up until I played 3 and found out how he is in 3, I killed him.
Right.
I killed him in every fucking playthrough of 3. It was just the way it was. I mean, every playthrough up until 3 came out.
Right.
Because I'm just like my Caden impression is, I'm an L2. I have headaches. I'm whiny. Don't leave me on Vermeer. Like, I mean, essentially, that's Caden. But then we fast forward to 3. If you don't kill him, like, and the other thing is, like, in 1, it's just like, I'm a bro, Shep. Like, I'm your bro. We're bros together. Like, there's nothing we can do romantically. Like, we're bros. And then in 3, he's just like, Papa Shepherd. Can I get the D? And you're just like, what? Like, if they had put inklings of the fact that, like, he was emotionally conflicted or he didn't truly understand himself. Right. Like, just even look, because they didn't have to spell it out, but just put little notes in there. I would have been perfectly fine. And I probably wouldn't have killed him as many times as I did. Though killing him in Vermeer allows me to shoot Ashley on the Citadel in 3, so.
What?
Yeah.
So many things I don't know. Stop spoiling.
Things have to go a specific way for you to have the option to shoot her dead on the Citadel.
Yeah, true.
So, I mean, and yeah, it's one of those things I planned for when I started my Forever Alone playthrough. Actually, no, not Forever. It's not the Forever Alone playthrough. It was, because that's something completely different. It was the Loneliest Party playthrough. And the way this playthrough works is, in the first game, I kill whoever can be killed. So, the ones that can get killed are, I want to say, Rex. I know Rex can get killed, and then either Ash or Caden. And the second one, everybody can die.
Interesting.
But you need at least 2 squad mates alive,
right,
to survive the mission. So it's just like, who do I take to survive? And I also found out, like, one of the characters, it was like, oh, it'd be so hard to kill him, and they're just like, hey, you could just do this, and I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, you could just go this route, and I'm like, holy shit, I never thought about that. Like, and that was in the second game. So based on that, I'm like, all right, well, the characters that I can keep alive in 2 is one character that dies in 3 regardless, which I'm fine with. And then the other one I have an opportunity to kill if things go sideways. And I'm like, all right, so those 2 will be the ones that I'll have live. I'll also take as much time between the moment I do the we get the thing about the Omega Relay thing being ready to actually from the collector's from the crew being abducted, like not your squad but the crew.
Right.
So the crew gets abducted, and then like basically at that point you have a certain number of missions to ensure that people live.
Right.
So if you go right after, everybody's fine. I think if you wait like 6 missions, there's only one survivor. And if you send them alone to go back to the ship, they don't make it to the ship. And I'm just like, this will be terrific. But I mean, it's the whole thing of like having with the Citadel DLC, you know, you got the story part, but then you also have this whole thing where like it's a love letter to the series where you get everybody back together, everybody that's alive back together, and you have a party in a Citadel apartment. I mean, that's what you do. The minimum amount of people I think is like 4. That's what I'm aiming for, because it's characters that cannot be killed in the game.
Right.
So, or can't be killed throughout the series. So you're like, all right, well, whatevs. I so need to go back to doing that playthrough so people can hate me so much. It'd be terrific. But yeah, no, I mean, have you been playing anything interesting?
Wow. I'm back on that bandwagon again. Oh boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Not your fault.
I know it's not my fault, but friends don't let friends go back into WoW.
Too late.
Yeah, no, you send me a message, you're like, I may have done a thing, and I'm like, what did you do? It's just like, I may have kind of sort of started playing WoW again, and I'm like, it's too late. So hopefully it doesn't hook you in too bad and such, because if it does, then we know what your stack up streams are going to be.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I know that's going to be my stream for tomorrow.
Fuck.
Yep.
God damn it. All right. Well,
I'm sorry, not sorry.
That fucking happened. We really, what we need to do though, and I want to just kind of throw this out as like a network thing. We got to find a game that everybody on the network can just kind of play together for like one night. Like that's all we need to do. WoW is not that game.
Which is fine, and I can accept that.
At the same time, like Eve is not that game. Warframe is
Eve.
Yeah.
Eve.
Spreadsheet simulator.
Woo!
Warframe isn't that game.
No.
Overwatch isn't that game. I mean, we all like different things. Like me personally, I know that if I were to start playing WoW, it would be a problem for me. Because that would be my life. As it's many players' lives. I mean, I survived EQ1, so that says things. If you've played EQ1, you've seen some shit. You have seen some shit, and you're just like. But so are you gonna play vanilla when vanilla comes out?
Maybe. Not sure yet.
Vanilla isn't all it's cracked up to be.
Probably not.
Everybody wants to talk up how good vanilla was.
Right.
Because they don't remember how dog shit it was.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like, we had great times playing vanilla, and then it's just like the vanilla edition will come out, and then you're just like, this is not what we wanted. No,
Mm-hmm.
no. What about all this stuff? It's like that stuff was added later on. That stuff wasn't vanilla. So
yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's we got to figure out something. And I mean, it might
Yeah.
be something as simple as like golf with friends.
Oh God, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah,
I could do that.
Yeah, I know. Like I know I have it. You have it. Ray and Ballin have it. I know that for a fact.
Mm-hmm.
I've still yet to play golf with friends, so it'd be interesting. I mean, even if it was just the four of us, because I know with Wes and Marco, their schedules are a little rougher, you know.
Right.
So,
right.
But I mean, even something like Gauntlet with four people would be fun.
Oh yeah.
The elf shot the food. Fucking elf. Fuck you, elf. Ray, why did you have to be the elf?
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, it's just we'll figure something out on that front. there's it's we touched on it last night on Brothering Around. Daniel Bryan's cleared.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing.
It's a thing.
It is. I honestly think that it's probably it's been so long in the making that like
right.
Now that it's here, like I don't want to believe that it's actually a thing.
Yeah.
I've hit that point where I'm just like, I don't understand this. Why is this? I know why it's important, but is this real?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know. I don't think I may have talked to you about this at some point in the past, but doing a special episode where we basically just watch Bryan Danielson and Daniel Bryan matches.
Right.
Because you jumped into wrestling late and you didn't
Yes.
really get to see him work.
Nope.
So, I mean, seeing him work and the style he worked was just, it's intense.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking forward to seeing what he does.
Yes.
But, I mean, I hope I hope they do something cool with him at Mania, because I know he has he's got his tag match that he's doing, which is it's a smart move. Put him in a tag match. He's kind of protected.
Right.
I mean, but you have him and Shane, and Shane is kind of questionable on whether he's going to be able to compete.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, then we got Braun. Braun not having a tag partner yet, which is a thing.
Do you think he's going to get a tag partner? Or is it just going to be him?
He has to.
Who do you think it will be?
I want him to walk with Elias.
Me too.
I want him to walk
That is
with
exactly
Elias.
it.
But
that is exactly it.
But at the same time, I would not be opposed to him just kind of taking somebody that like has trouble getting over, and he's just like, "You're my partner now." Or and I had this thought earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
So Takeover has the North American title ladder match thing.
Mm-hmm.
One of the guys is Lars Sullivan, which is basically NXT's Braun Strowman.
Right. Sorry, not sorry. Please continue.
I wouldn't be surprised if they. Can you just imagine a team of Braun and Lars?
Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I mean, it would help Lars get over.
Yeah,
And it would
would.
also give Braun a story that
True.
isn't Roman.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, I enjoy the Roman Braun saga.
Right.
Because, I mean, the lover's embrace of Braun manhandling Roman.
It's the best thing.
And then Roman trying to escape his feelings and diving headfirst into an ambulance. And then proceeding to load Braun into that ambulance and basically attempt to kill him. You know, that's love. That's real love. Like, you can't. Yeah, I don't endorse what I just said at all. If you actually believe what I just said was like really heartfelt and like romantic, I'm sorry, but you may or may not want to start talking to some people. That is a thing that needs to happen. But I mean, the takeover cards announced. The Mania cards basically announced. There might be like 1 or 2 additions here and there.
Mm-hmm.
One of the names thrown around as Braun's partner was Rey Mysterio.
Right.
But then,
doesn't he have an injury though?
Yeah. Well, so that's the thing. Like, the name being thrown because he's still in talks with WWE.
Right.
And it's just like people are now asking, like, well, what are you doing like next weekend? And he's just like, I got a full bicep tear, motherfuckers. Like, I am not working. Like,
I'm doing nothing.
He's not going the surgery route though either.
Right.
Which I find is very interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking he's overselling it.
Maybe.
And it might be a swerve.
It's possible.
I mean, he would be honestly, I think that if you bring in Rey can't Rey's a cruiserweight that can't be with cruiserweights. But I mean, who's another cruiserweight that can't be with cruiserweights that's still on the roster technically?
Finn?
Neville.
Oh. That would be nice.
Yeah, Braun and Neville. I could see that being a thing. It's a bit more believable than Braun and Elias.
Yeah, I guess.
Braun dropped a piano on Elias.
I know, but still.
So, I mean, there's that. Yeah. We'll get back into the wrestling stuff a little bit later, but
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's really good to kind of be doing this again. It really is. You guys can't see it, but I'm actually legitimately happy to be sitting in my chair and kind of just hanging out with a friend. I mean, that's what we do.
Expressing emotion.
It's expressing emotions. Tons of emotions. Yeah. If you want to see me express emotions, you should have seen me last night when I was watching The fucking Wrestler.
Oh my god. Yeah. I know that's gonna make me fall like a bitch, but you know.
It's so last night we were talking about like, oh well, maybe, you know, Wes was like, oh, I should rewatch it and see if I can point out any workers. But like, you know. And like all the workers except for like Necro Butcher are all like East Coast, like territory. Like I say territory, but they basically work like New York, New Jersey, Delaware, and Pennsylvania.
Right.
So, I mean, there's that. It's like whatevs. But then there's fucking Ron Killings. You know him as R-Truth.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's in the movie.
Hmm.
Yeah, so he's in there. He's like the one notable name that's in there. It's
Right.
but then you also have like what is it? Is it? I'm gonna pull up the IMDb on it because I know there's another worker that's just like that was in that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean it's such a good fucking movie. Like if you haven't seen it, it's just like I'm gonna just like read the first three names that like come up like when I pulling up this search. I
Mm-hmm.
mean this cast list: Mickey Rourke, Marissa Tomei, Evan Rachel Wood. I mean, I had a pretty good cast.
Mm-hmm.
Ernest Miller. Ernest Miller's the other one that the other worker. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's just yeah. Ron Killings is in there. Johnny Valiant's in there. I mean, forgot Johnny Valiant was in that. He's in like one scene, but yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's just you get to see some CZW, you get to see some Ring of Honor. What? No fucking way.
Hmm.
Austin Aries is in The Wrestler.
Interesting.
Brian Heffron, better known as the Blue Meanie, is also in The Wrestler.
Huh.
So, I mean, that's actually pretty fucking cool. But yeah, I mean, it's just, Larry Sweeney. Oh. But yeah, I'm like looking at this cast list and I'm just like, holy shit. Like, and the other thing is you'll notice, like, when they show some of the wrestling scenes, like, you'll see the crowd and they're wearing these shirts. Body
Mm-hmm.
Slam Wrestling Organization, or BWO.
Mm-hmm.
That was the local independent. Well, I say local independent, but it was the local independent that was also a school that did
Mm-hmm.
student shows.
Hmm.
People that have gone through there include Jay Lethal,
Mm-hmm.
and if you listen to the New Year's episode, my buddy Manny. So
Ah.
yeah, it's really interesting. But yeah, I mean, it's Zandig's in it. Jesus, they took 5 of them. Goddamn Zandig, son of a bitch. But yeah, I mean, it's just that's actually pretty interesting. I'm actually very like as I say, it's a great film. It's recommended
Mm-hmm.
watching. Um, I do recommend watching it with tissues
Right.
because there are moments that are just so fucking heartbreaking in that movie. And the movie
Mm-hmm.
is like 10 years old now.
Mm-hmm.
It came out in 2008. And it still fucking punches me in the gut. It still does because I mean, you see somebody who like they don't give you the bullshit of like, oh, let's show you him on top. Like they don't. They show you
Mm-hmm.
like he's already had his fall. You
Mm-hmm.
know, people think that wrestling is such a glamorous field and everything like that, and all these people have all this money, and then you realize that like you'll see on like a local independent show, you'll see guys, legends, quote
Mm-hmm.
unquote, of the business working the show for like $500,
Dang.
which still good money,
Yeah.
still good money. You go out, and typically like when that happens, like the promoter flies them in and stuff like that, and all the other stuff. So I mean, like the travel's taken care of, but then you make like
Mm-hmm.
$500 on top of that, so like whatever.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it's just like Marissa Tomei is amazing. Like she's an amazing actress to begin with,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing her in seeing her in this, I was just like, yes, 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 yes. I mean, it was just yeah, she plays a stripper. Spoilers,
Well then.
but I mean, it's not like the stereotypical stripper character.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, she's she has her priorities, and it's like like, and she's one of those people that like she's basically like I realize I'm doing this because I need to provide.
Right.
I'm not doing this because I'm doing it for drug money or doing it for this or for the quick cash. I'm doing this because I need to provide for my family,
Mm-hmm.
which is noble, and people don't think about that. And especially when you see like a woman her age,
Mm-hmm.
she's no 20 something, she's in phenomenal shape,
Mm-hmm.
but if you see somebody around her age working one of those clubs, most of the times it's because like I need to provide for my family. This is the
Right.
only avenue I have. So, and before you make the comment, no, I have not considered going into stripping.
Alrighty. I mean, with that stash though, you could get somewhere.
Nah, not really. Yeah.
Eh.
You're better off dick flipping people. I'm still trying to get my job to start carrying the Jerry Ryan shirts. That would be amazing. Yeah, I know. But yeah, it's just, I mean, yeah. So it's just, if you guys have listening have not seen The Wrestler, regardless if you're a wrestling fan or not, it's a very brilliantly made film.
Mm-hmm.
They worked with the budget they had. They did what they had to, and it's all shot in my old stomping grounds of New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
You got Hasbrook Heights. You have Garfield. Garfield I know extremely well,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like, and then like Bayonne and Elizabeth and so on and so forth. But it's an amazing film, and as much as it makes me turn into a weepy bitch,
Mm-hmm.
if somebody says like, "Hey, you want to watch The Wrestler?" I'm like, "I'm down. Let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me grab my tissues." But yeah, I mean, like I was laying there in bed watching it, and I'm just bawling like a child,
Oh.
and I'm just like, "Randy, no, don't, no, Randy,
Oh.
Randy."
Oh.
But yeah, it's just like it's definitely a film, and I actually, I will say I kind of hope by the next, like one of the next episodes, kind of want to
Mm-hmm.
touch base and after you've watched it and kind of get your perspective on the film
Mm-hmm.
and see how you felt about it with the whole like, with how it was acted and written.
Mm-hmm.
They did have a stunt guy for some of the wrestling stuff with Mickey Rourke.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously the CZW stuff, a lot of that was a stunt guy
Yeah.
because I mean throwing people through panes of glass and barbed wire and thumbtacks and I did it for you.
Thank you.
Yep. But yeah, I mean it's a great film, and I think you'll enjoy it. It'll give you an insight into the business that you'll definitely you'll appreciate it. I think that like even non-wrestling fans, like if they watch it, like they won't get some of the stuff and they'll be like, "Oh, well, we all knew it was kind of like this." And it's just like, "Yeah, but focus on the story. Don't focus on the wrestling stuff."
Mhm.
Like I think that like if like and I may be outing somebody here. Actually, I may
Ooh.
be outing two people here.
Ooh.
But two people said they may have an interest in possibly watching wrestling.
Oh?
Yeah. One of them because of the costuming,
Mhm.
and the other one because the last time they watched it was the fucking 80s.
Oh, Jesus. Well,
So,
I think I know who that one might be.
yeah, fair enough.
Maybe.
I mean, you know who it is.
Does he tell you get Chinese all the time?
No,
Yeah.
he tells everybody to get Chinese all the time.
Okay then.
And then Ray, I mean,
Oh yeah.
because I brought it up to Ray. I'm like,
Mhm.
the area of the country you live in, there's a lot of local independents and stuff like that. And I
Mhm.
mean, you could, if you get good working with like a more of a spandex material and stuff like that, you can design ring gear for these guys and make some
Mhm.
money, you know? And that actually stemmed from I was playing WWE 2K18. And
Mhm.
Ray came into the stream, was like, "Oh, you're playing the wrestling thing. Like, I'll hang out. Like, it's not something that interests me." And then I go and see
Mhm.
the seamstress, and Ray's like, oh, "There's a seamstress," and I'm like, "Yeah, how do you think we get our gear? Like,
Mhm.
we talk to her, we tell her what we want, she
Mhm.
makes it. Like, that's the way it works." I'm
Mhm.
like, it's actually like, there's a good bit of people that all they do is they make gear.
Right.
So, I mean, there was one guy, Easy Money. Easy Money did a lot of gear, but he
Mhm.
also made his own gear. That's the other thing. Like the Hardys, Matt made all their gear for
Huh.
like the longest time. So much so that he was making gear for other guys.
Mhm.
So it's one of those things. Like if you're good at it, do what you can. Like make
Mhm.
that money. Make that money
Absolutely.
doing something you enjoy. Especially like if you really like doing costuming, fucking do it.
Mhm.
Like you go, hey, like what are we thinking? Okay, so I don't that's the other thing. Like, oh, I don't have to worry about like doing a full costume. I
Mhm.
just need to do like trunks. You
Right.
know? Oh, I just need to do like kick pads, or oh, I need to do like just give me the pads you have, and I'll put your designs or whatever the fuck on there. Things like that.
Mhm.
It's actually pretty awesome. It really is. So I mean, there may be a possibility at some point, um, when we do a viewing, there may be more people doing the viewing with us because
Fair enough.
because I think that it's they both sound like they're like it's not something I enjoy,
Mhm.
but I'm willing to give it a chance.
Right.
So I mean, giving something like I think with Ballin would be more of like a New Japan type thing.
Mhm. Yeah.
Whereas Ray would probably more of a like I could see it's gonna sound so fucking stereotypical,
Uh-huh. But
but I can see Ray. I was gonna say women's wrestling because of the
mhm.
lavish costumes that they wear,
Right.
but Ray might be more interested in lucha libre
Oh.
because of the outlandish costumes that they
Mhm.
wear and the masks. Oh, be terrific.
Mhm.
But yeah. And then we'll send Ray down to CMLL, and some Lucha Libre, and then a 14-week ferry to Japan, and send him up to Vince. Fuck it, done. Just yeah. But I mean, it's just one of those things.
Mhm.
And I mean, it's I told them like the offer's there. Like
Yeah.
if you guys want, the offer's there.
Yes.
So Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Like it's I know, like it's a different age for wrestling. Like something you never had to deal with was,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm actually, I stand corrected. You kind of do.
Okay.
Growing up for me as a wrestling fan, I had to like I had to downplay it so much,
Mm-hmm.
and then the Attitude Era happened, and everybody was into it, and it was just like, oh, okay, cool. I don't have to hide that I like this, you know.
Right.
Then the Attitude Era went away, and everybody was like, fuck wrestling, and I'm like, yeah, fuck wrestling. I kind of still like wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's kind of getting back up to, because mostly because of like fucking New Japan, believe it or not. New
Oh yeah.
Japan and NXT. I mean, it's kind of hitting at that point again where it's like it's becoming more acceptable
Mm-hmm.
to say that, yeah, I'm a wrestling fan. And I know you, in your everyday life, like you don't advertise like I like wrestling. Like it's
Nope.
nope. Yeah, why? What's that? It's don't remind me. It's a laundry day. That's what it means. It means it's a laundry day.
Exactly.
I mean that's how you kind of play off that, like when it comes to like wrestling merch when you're wearing it in
Mm-hmm.
public. People
Mm-hmm.
were just like, "Well, what's that?" And it's just like it was a clean shirt. Like,
Pretty much.
but like I mean for me, um like I get the pseudo job where
Mm-hmm.
basically they say, "Oh, hey, we need you this day," or "Oh, hey, somebody called out. Can you come in?" And I go,
Mm-hmm.
"Okay, cool," you know, and it's something. But I'll go in, and I'm the quote unquote wrestling guy.
Mm-hmm.
And considering where I work, um, we sell WWE and New Japan merchandise. So I'm the guy who's knowledgeable about it. Like
Mm-hmm.
um I wasn't even on yet, and because I had to do some compliance paperwork shit,
Yeah.
because there was a new compliance thing, and I'm just kind of waiting for my, for it to be time and all the other stuff. And there's somebody over there, and just like and the person's like looking at the shirts, and I kind of, after I finish my compliance, I'm like, I still got like 20 minutes to kill. So I
Mm-hmm.
go over there and I'm looking around, and I'm like, oh shit, we got this one in. Nice. And I'm like, oh, and it's in my size. Like, that's amazing. And the woman turns to me and she goes, oh, what's that? I'm like, oh, it's Villain Club. And she goes, what's that? I'm like, oh, it's one of the guys in the Bullet Club. This is one of his shirts. She goes, you said the Bullet Club. Like, my son loves the Bullet Club, and I have no
Mm-hmm.
fucking idea what's going on with it. And I'm like, all
Mm-hmm.
right, time to go to school. And I'm like, do you know any members that he may like or anything like that? And she goes, I don't know. I'm like, if he doesn't have it already, and I grabbed
Mm-hmm.
the standard Bone Soldier shirt, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
if he doesn't have one of these yet, I recommend one of these.
Mm-hmm.
Safest bet. If he doesn't have one, it's the regular Bullet Club shirt. If you
Mm-hmm.
know he likes, for example, Kenny Omega, we have two of those. We got the pixel art one, and then we have the Chrome Terminator look one.
Mm-hmm.
If he likes the Young Bucks, we have this one. And she looks at it and she goes, he's already got that one. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. And it's just like, oh, and we got this and that. And I'm like, if by chance you can't find one, you can also look at people that were members of the Bullet Club
Mm-hmm.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I grab a Finn Balor shirt, and I grab
Mm-hmm.
an AJ Styles shirt, and she goes, I already got a blue AJ Styles shirt over there in my pile. I'm like, fair enough. Like,
All right.
I'm like, AJ is a great one to go with. He's a phenomenal worker, and
Mm-hmm.
you know,
That phenomenal form.
phenomenal firm, little phenomenal firm, um, which we'll be seeing next Sunday.
Yes. Speaking of which, I'm gonna do my best to get a bottle of Boone's Farm wine to
Nice.
drink because I have a bet I need to fulfill. Damn.
Don't feel bad. I still haven't watched Dune. So
Oh fuck. Maybe I'll drink like half a bottle and save the other half for like the dude watching.
oh God, I'm kind of dreading doing Dune because
Well,
like
you have people that are willing to suffer through it with you. That is amazing.
the funny thing is, most of the people when I said I'm watching Dune, I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna be watching Dune. They're like, oh, it's not that bad, and I'm just like,
Yeah, that was me.
no, it wasn't just you.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
good.
And I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna end up watching Dune and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, well, Dune isn't that bad. And I'm just like,
Really now.
I'm talking about the David Lynch, Kyle MacLachlan, Dune. They're like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, you already said you were gonna watch me, motherfucker. So
You're in for it now.
You know, that's, I mean, it's legitimate what it comes down to at that point. But yeah, I mean, we both have wagers to pay off.
Mm-hmm.
Though if you can't procure a bottle of Boone's Farm wine,
Mm-hmm.
I say we just call it a wash.
Meh. I'm determined.
Determined to make me suffer. I understand that.
That too.
Yeah, well, like I'm fucking married. Jesus. I'm gonna do this just to spite you now. Like, alright, fine, whatever. Right.
Podcast significant other.
Yeah, legit. Hashtag. So
It's sort of like having a work husband, but not a work husband.
Yeah. Yeah, legit. I mean, well, for you, it's like
it.
having a work husband, but like, I mean, for me, it's like having a work wife, and I'm just like,
yeah.
Oh. I mean, it's really fun, it's really cool, and everything like that. But at the same time, it's like moments like this are just like, we could just not do this. Like, you won't have to do yours, I won't have to do mine. No, motherfucker, we're doing this. And I'm like, all right, fine.
If I cannot find a bottle, I will let you know.
All right. All right. You're now gonna make it your mission to find a bottle, aren't you?
I'm going to Walmart probably on the weekend.
Motherfucker. Son of a bitch.
Well, if not, I can actually break out the good alcohol. I have a bottle of Stella Artois cider, which I can,
I thought
pop open because Daniel Bryan's back.
True. Though I'm not sure if you would end up like if you get the Boone's Farm, you might want to do the Boone's Farm during Takeover.
Maybe.
Because Ciampa and Gargano, so.
Oh, fuck. Balls.
Yep, it's going to be a very drunk weekend.
Oh, God, yeah.
Make sure to wear your DIY shirt when you do it.
Planned on it.
Son of a bitch.
Already planned on it.
I actually, for Mania, I think I'm going to wear my Daniel Bryan shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Daniel Bryan thank you shirt, where it's like from when he retired or was forced to retire.
Right.
I might wear that, but at the same time, I might just say, fuck it, I'm gonna wear fucking Los Ingobernables de Japón.
I think I can find my Taker shirt somewhere.
Fair enough. Well, he's probably gonna be on the card.
Yeah, probably, maybe. I don't fucking know.
We know Wes will be wearing his John Cena gear. Wearing the four fucking armbands, the hat, bring out the rally towel and shit.
Oh, Jesus.
He is such a Cena mark. Jesus.
Oh my God.
Last night hearing him go on about Cena it was magic, because I'm just like,
yeah,
wow. Like, and I mean, he had very valid points. He really did. But at the same time, I'm just like, wow. Like, I haven't heard somebody wax poetic on somebody like that in a while.
Best of all, John Cena.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus. But yeah, I mean, it's just it's interesting. It really is, and I actually like kind of get into the wrestling festivities,
Yes.
so to speak. Um, Mania has a very interesting card.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just they announced signing times and stuff like that for the access thing. I'm excited. Are you fucking kidding me? Why? Why?
Because fuck
Why?
you, that's
Why
why.
do you? Why do you hate me, WWE?
What is WWE doing? I need it in my life.
You can now get yourself a mower of lawn, Matt Hardy T-shirt with him
It says
riding
delete on the back.
with him riding, and I could tell you right now that is a Husqvarna riding mower with a 42-inch deck. I could tell you based on the coloring of it. I could also tell you based on the fact that we basically used to sell a shit ton of those when I worked in selling lawn equipment. So
30% off your order. Oh my.
but yeah, I mean, we'll start with Takeover because Takeover's got the like more interesting car. Like it's amazing. It really is. Like they pull out all the stops for fucking takeovers. It's great. So as alluded to already, we have Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa in an unsanctioned match where if Ciampa wins, Gargano is banned from all NXT events. Then we have the Authors of Pain versus the finalists from the. I mean, Authors of Pain. We have my mistake. The Undisputed Era. Versus the winners of the Dusty Classic final between Authors of Pain and Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne.
Interesting.
That's the team that actually filled in for for Mustache Mountain. So,
right.
We have Ember Moon against Shayna Baszler.
Again.
We have Aleister Black against Andrade Cien Almas.
I cannot fucking wait for that one.
I might actually wear my Los Ingobernables for that. So
there you go. Are you just gonna have like a shirt under your shirt and then rip the shirt off to reveal the shirt underneath?
No.
Aw.
And then the North American title ladder match between Lars Sullivan, Adam Cole, Velveteen Dream, Killian Dane, Ricochet, and EC3. That is going, arguably, that could steal the show.
Right.
I mean, you got Ricochet in there, you got EC3 in there. That's a pretty big fucking deal. I mean, Mania card. Let me get the Mania card up. So this is just the confirmed matches. We're getting the Andre Battle Royal. We're getting the Women's Battle Royal for a trophy that looks like a uterus. Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
Like, I sent you the picture of that cold, and I didn't even coach you, and you're just like, is that a uterus? You didn't say a
damn thing. No, it looks like a uterus.
I said, what the fuck, WWE? Sent the picture, and you're like, is that a uterus? And I'm like...
It took me a second to go, what is wrong with this thing? And it's like, Oh.
Yeah.
So it looked normal, and then I really looked at the trophy.
Yeah. I mean, at least it's not Andre in a wig.
Thank God.
Then we got the Usos, the New Day, and the Bludgeon Brothers for the SmackDown Tag Titles.
Mm-hmm.
The finals for the Cruiserweight Championship between Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali.
Mm-hmm.
We have Alexa Bliss against Nia Jax for the Raw Women's title. We have The Bar against Braun Strowman and an unnamed partner for the Raw Tag Titles.
Mm-hmm.
We have Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, Jinder Mahal, and Rusev for the U.S. title, which I'm happy about.
Yes.
We have The Miz versus Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor.
Why?
For the IC title. Both of them had legitimate claims for a shot, so. Then we have, as of right now, Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Mm-hmm.
We have Charlotte Flair against Asuka for the SmackDown Women's title.
Mm-hmm.
We have Kurt with his fake daughter, Ronda Rousey. Fake white daughter, Ronda Rousey.
Oh my God.
Against Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, a actual married couple.
Mm-hmm.
My match of the night, and I'm calling it right now, AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Absolutely.
And then we got Brock and Roman.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our card currently. It's a lot of matches.
Mm-hmm.
The Battle Royals will probably be pre-show.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be probably 3 pre-show actually, no, you know what? This is what they're going to do. The Andre Battle Royal is going to be on the pre-show. I see them doing the Cruiserweight on the pre-show.
Mm-hmm.
And probably a match to be named on the pre-show. We'll have 3 matches on the pre-show. Possibly. Or they could just do the Andre and the Cruiserweight on the pre-show.
Mm-hmm.
We kick off with the Women's Battle Royal. Then we get tag title. Then we get one of the tag title matches. We get one of the secondary titles. Then we get Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax. Then we get the other tag titles. We get, and then the other secondary title. Then we get Charlotte and Asuka.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get, I want to say, Brock and Roman.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not going to be that way.
Right.
But I see that. Actually, it should be that way. Should be Brock and Roman. Then we'll get the Kurt and the fake white daughter match. And then we'll get AJ and Shinsuke. Because when you win Mardi Gras, god damn it. When you win the Royal Rumble,
mm-hmm.
the Men's Rumble, they weren't clear on the Women's Rumble. But when you win the Men's Rumble, you win a main event spot at WrestleMania. One match that's also not on there is Taker and Cena.
Right.
Because it hasn't been confirmed yet. We have one more Raw. We have the Go Home Raw and the Go Home SmackDown still to finalize the card. And then we'll find out about the card during the Hall of Fame ceremony on Saturday. Like, some shit's gonna happen like right before the Hall of Fame ceremony. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, just added to the card. And you're like, motherfucker, what's Apollo Crews doing here?
No, it's not Apollo Crews anymore. It's just Apollo.
Yeah, Titus Worldwide.
Oh God.
At least I'm not trying to bark like a dog.
Oh
that'd be a whole different podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where shit gets really creepy. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. Like, I there's a lot going on for Mania. Mania is the biggest pay-per-view of the year.
Yes.
We know this.
Yes.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It is legitimately the biggest pay-per-view of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, yeah, it's a stacked card.
Mm-hmm.
I still think NXT does it better.
Yeah.
I think NXT, it's a smaller card. Like, I think it's only running like 3 hours. We'll probably see like a new signee.
Mm-hmm.
I think with Bobby Fish out, which hasn't been confirmed yet.
Right.
The speculation was they're going to pull Adam Cole from the U.S. title match and have him defend with Kyle O'Reilly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that happening.
Right.
They have Donovan Dijak, who they can plug into that role because he hasn't been on TV yet.
Mm-hmm.
And just be like, we recruit, our guy's out, we recruited.
Mm-hmm.
And they bring in Donovan Dijak. I mean, I think that'd be a great way to do that.
Right.
I mean, it's gonna be a hell of a show, and I the only saving graces for Mania for me
Mm-hmm.
is Daniel Bryan having another match,
Right.
Shinsuke AJ,
Yes.
and Braun winning the tag titles by himself.
That'd be amazing.
I mean, for all we know, he brings somebody out and they just stand in the corner. That's all they do.
Yep.
And that's his tag team partner. They won. And it's just like Braun gets to hold both titles though, because he's fucking Braun Strowman.
Yep.
I mean, that's just the way it is. It's the way I see it. I could, plan and project and stuff like that. Heyman wants to see a Brock and Daniel Bryan match, which I think would be good, but Brock Lesnar does what Brock Lesnar wants to do.
Right.
I would not put Daniel Bryan in that match.
No.
I totally wouldn't. Monday we'll find out for sure if the Taker thing's going to happen. There's a good chance it will. Because last year when they announced the location of WrestleMania, we had The Undertaker give his whole little speech about how the spirits of New Orleans and blah 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 and all the other stuff. So it's one of those things, like, if they don't pay that off, then that's bad on them.
Yeah.
I mean, plus, if you've checked his wife's fucking Instagram,
right,
like, she has tons of videos of her working out with him working out in the background. Like, tee-hee, I didn't mean to have him in the back of the shot there doing fucking deadlifts. Like, he's getting into ring shape. Like, I don't fucking understand that. Like, I'm gonna sound like that guy, but fucking social media is killing the business. I mean, it's the greatest thing and it's the worst thing. I mean, it doesn't matter what business it is, but social media it's an amazing thing to have. I mean, we use it constantly. Whether it's to promote promote our own streams, or kind of touch base with our communities, or just kind of share memes with each other, because that's a fucking thing we do also on Discord. But that being the case, I mean, you also have things getting, like, you're supposed to have the suspension of disbelief with wrestling, especially.
Yeah.
So I took issue with the way they handled the New Day situation. So you watched what was it, Fastlane? Was it Fastlane or was it the other one? No, Elimination. No, Fastlane. It was Fastlane.
Right.
Bludgeon Brothers
Yeah.
come out. They fuck everything up.
Yep.
They hospitalize Xavier Woods, who has I think they said spinal contusions or something like that. It was something really bad spinal wise. Like
Mm-hmm.
motherfuckers out the following, like they keep him off TV, which is good,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a spinal injury, which means you're going to be out for a while.
Mm-hmm.
The following week, he's in New York. Well, he's in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Him, Big E, and Kofi Kingston hosting the announcement for where WrestleMania 35 is going to be,
Mm-hmm.
which is New Jersey. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of cool, but they haven't come. I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this is how we're, it's shit like this. You want us to believe that this guy's hurt, like seriously hurt, and then you have him come out, like, have him come out, but have him come out and sell.
Right.
Sell like, have him, like, he's got the little trombone, Kofi's pushing him out in a wheelchair or whatever. Do something like that. Don't have him come out and fucking dancing and gyrating and shit like they normally do.
Yeah.
Like, show some fucking damage.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I
Killing the business.
Yeah. Good job, Vince. First you killed the goddamn territories, and now you want to kill the fucking business. Meanwhile, I mean, we got all the New Japan shit that's happened. I'm honestly, like, I like Kenny Omega's work. I like Cody Rhodes' work. I like Cody's work.
Mm-hmm.
I slipped there. I'm sorry. Don't sue. I like both of their work. Can we fucking stop it with the whole Team Cody, Team Kenny thing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe. They have a match coming up next weekend as well for Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor. And it's a grudge match. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the whole thing for, like, the last 3 months, almost 4 months,
give or take,
has been the Bullet Club is fine.
Mm-hmm.
When obviously it's not.
Right.
So I mean, we have that whole chestnut there, but then we also have, like, we've taken the focus away from the group, because we're not talking about guys like Yujiro Takahashi. We're not talking about Bad Luck Fale or Tama Tonga or any of the workhorses of the Bullet Club. We're talking about Kenny Omega. We're talking about the Young Bucks, which they're masters at what they do. Like, you want to talk about people that use social media the best way possible, they fucking know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Cody. I mean, people would say, like, oh, you got Skrull and Hangman there too. It's just like, they're barely there in that picture. That's the problem. Like, they're in the same boat technically as Tangaloa, as Tama Tonga, Bad Luck Fale, Chase Owens, Yujiro Takahashi. I mean, you have these workhorses that have busted their ass and continue to bust their ass for the Bullet Club. They're not getting the attention because the attention is between the two alpha males of the group. Let fucking Fale or Tama Tonga fucking run things for a bit. Let them go back to the way they used to be, where they were a heel faction. They were there to fuck shit up and get things done by any means necessary. That was the Bullet Club. The Bullet Club wasn't about, how many shirts did you sell today? And then somebody smacks somebody with a stack of cash and they're just like, that's a lot of shirts, It's not about that. It's, though I will say, another thing I'm pushing for is trying to get Tama Tonga shirts into my store. Because That's a thing that needs to happen. I need to get myself a Zero Fucks Given shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is terrific. But yeah, I mean, focus on the other members. Like, we don't see this issue with like Chaos. I mean, yeah,
Right.
like you have the focus on Okada. Okada's a world champ. Like, the focus is gonna be there. Sorry. But then you also got Jay White. You got Will Ospreay. And you have, and you got Gato. Like, you can go down the list. Goto. You got all these guys there, and it's like the focus, like each one of them has their own focus point. Los Ingobernables, like, yeah, Naito's like their leader. But Hiromu Takahashi, like, he's there. Sonata's there. Bushi's there. Like, they all have their spot. Is it a problem with the Bullet Club maybe being too big of a group? Possibly. But at the same time, like, it's still a matter of, like, there's ways to tell stories with these groups. And they're not being utilized properly because the focus is on two individuals in the same group who are at odds with each other.
Right.
And then a tag team that's stuck in the middle. Like, even at the Long Beach show, the Strong Style Evolved, there was another implosion of the Bullet Club, basically, between Cody and Kenny, obviously, but then there was also the implosion between was it Matt Jackson and Kenny. Like, Nick's like, yeah, we're good, and Matt's like, no, fuck you, I'm with Cody. Like, so now you've caused this rift in a tag team. And I mean, earlier in the night you had Skrull and Cody against Guerrillas of Destiny, and Cody's just like, yeah, this match isn't happening. Tama Tonga comes out and he goes, like, the fuck it isn't. These people came out to see a match. We were seeing a fucking match. Like, you were booked against us. There's a reason you're booked against us. So I really think that's going to be an interesting thing. But yeah.
Absolutely.
I completely understand those, like, the non-vocal signals you're kind of given right now, where you're just like, it's late.
It's time. I'm about ready to pass out.
Yeah. So.
Then again, we started late. That was my fault because I couldn't, like,
you were
shove food in my gob fast enough.
Just couldn't get enough nudes.
No, I could not. Never enough nudes.
But anyway, guys, thank you all for joining us for this latest episode of Gimmick Bag. You guys have been great, amazing, wonderful people as always. I'd like to thank you for checking us out, downloading us, whether you're listening to us on Radio Public, on Google Play, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, checking us out on the YouTube stream, or on the YouTube video archive, or the Twitch video archive. We thank you very, very much. And I mean, we'll catch you next week for another one. I mean, hopefully we'll have a bit more energy.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Yay!
Yay.
Good
Well,
day.
it'll be like the one before Mania, so I'm pretty sure we'll be a little bit more excited. I'll be a little bit excited.
We'll have a bit more energy, but then the one after Mania, we're gonna be like, fuck wrestling.
Too much.
Yep.
Too much.
But anyway, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.